Okay. Mic check 1 2 1 2. I am the Y2K Collector, and I'm back. I do have some Nintendo Switch and some Nintendo DS pickups. I've got about 5 that I want to go over here, and then just talk a little bit about some of what I saw today. It's a beautiful day today. It's probably going to be the last nice day of the year. I know we said that the last time we had a really nice day, but it's a beautiful day out here, and I figured it would be a great opportunity to make one last stab at a combination of thrift stores, retro game stores, mom and pop shops. I was really trying to just, go wherever I could to see what was out there, in the wild. And yet again, it was a huge letdown. Not really seeing anything, even in the retro game stores. And as a matter of fact, I walked into one today, and I kind of told the gentleman who I normally see at the game store, I said, "Hey, what's going on? Not really seeing a whole lot." And he told me himself, he said, "Yeah, it's getting really dry. We're not getting very many trade-ins at the moment." And so, I thought that was, kind of crazy. I thought it was interesting. And to me, it kind of really means one of two things. And I think, the latter is probably the greater impacting reason. But the first reason, I think, is, like I said in my last video, folks are kind of turning more of their attention towards the holidays. A lot of folks really have the games that they want by now. If anyone's trying to buy a game or a console for a family member or a friend for Christmas, it's more than likely going to be something newer. So probably something on the PlayStation 5, maybe PlayStation 4, Switch, Xbox. I doubt anyone's really going to be trying to buy someone a copy of, Castlevania Symphony of the Night for Christmas. That's not really going to be a common Christmas game or Christmas gift, rather. So I think it's just slowing down. I also think that when it comes to the retro game stores, I think that more folks are realizing that you get more money when you just sell the games yourself. For a long time, and I heard someone else say this either the other day or today, that essentially what video game stores do is they underpay you for games that they know are worth more, and they do so. And I think because that's been the business model for secondhand games and retro games for so long, gamers have just gotten used to it. And you never really hear, at least I never really hear a lot of backlash to secondhand game stores that, pretty much gouge you. They kind of reverse gouge you. They offer you like $2 for a game that they know is probably worth $20 or $25. And then they kind of clean up on all the profit. Yet scalpers get such a bad name. I don't know. It's kind of twisted. But anyway, I think what's starting to happen is that folks are starting to realize that they can get more money for their games if they just sell them themselves. Now, I understand that some folks may not want to go through the headache and the hassle of going on eBay or OfferUp or Mercari or Facebook Marketplace, wherever it is you sell. I understand a lot of people don't want to go through that. They just want to go to one place, dump it all, and get what they can get. And then you also have the whole meeting people you don't know factor, right? Like, there's a lot of people who don't want to meet up with anyone to sell their games because they're just not as trusting. They don't have as much faith. And, they're probably more skeptical about meeting a stranger. So I could see that being a barrier for some folks and being a reason why they would want to go to a retro game store to have the retro game store sell their games. But I think as more and more folks are becoming more comfortable online, as more and more folks are becoming more comfortable, as like things like eBay and Mercari are becoming more user friendly and a lot easier for just a regular Joe Schmo to sell on, I think folks are doing their research and they're starting to see, okay, I can get more money if I just sell this myself. Or they're starting to realize that they can get just as much if they sell it in a yard sale. So, I see this trend happening. And if it does continue to happen this way, I really see it kind of killing a lot of secondhand retro game stores. I really do, because that's where a lot of them get their stock. They get their stock by underpaying customers for games that they know are worth more. And then they put it the next day, they showcase it in the case for, 50% more than what they paid for. It's crazy. So I really see that trend continuing. And if it does, it just may be the death of like the mom and pop retro game store or, anything like that, unless the owner or the owners of that game store are very good at sourcing new games. And to do that, they'd have to be doing what everyone on YouTube and eBay are doing, which is hitting up Goodwills, thrift stores, yard sales, so on and so forth. And then it'll just be a free for all. So I think the easier thing for me to do is just to focus on my collection and building it with the games that I really enjoy. So that's enough jabbering and blabbering. Let's go ahead and get into these 5 pickups that I got here. And I got 4 sealed games, 1 that is not sealed. And these pickup videos are going to have less and less games in them just because I'm starting to get very particular with what I pick up. And let's go ahead and get it started. First game that I have here is Pixel Junk Eden. This is a very artistic, cool looking game on the Switch. I remember when this was announced, I pre-ordered it as soon as I heard it. It was very colorful, very artistic, and this game kind of reminded me of like Gris in a way. So wanted to check it out, and I went ahead and picked it up, and this is brand new on the Nintendo Switch. Grabbed that. So that's Pixel Junk Eden. Another pre-order that came in, pretty stoked about this one. This is Blaster Master Zero. So went ahead and picked up Blaster Master Zero, and it's been a while since I've gotten some quality Switch pre-orders come in, and I'm getting some good ones that should be coming in the next couple months. I already have Master Blaster Zero 1 and 2, so 3 only made sense, and I went ahead and picked it up on the Switch. I know that this will more than likely come out. I know this will be re-released in Best Buy, but usually the Best Buy releases have a different cover. So I don't know what the Best Buy cover will look like. I don't know if it'll be better or worse, but this is the limited run one. And these limited run releases also come with these pretty cool limited run trading cards. You're not going to get that at Best Buy. That I know for sure. So you get these pretty cool little limited run cards, these trading cards. You get them with all the number limited run games, and I thought that was cool. So that did come with it as well. And then I picked up a game. This is like a 2D side-scrolling, kind of like Metroidvania type of game that I saw. A lot of dialogue in it, though. And when I saw it come out, I knew that I wanted to get it. Produced by Team 17. They've got some hits under their belt already on the Switch. But Greek, Memories of Azure. This is one that I wanted to have as well in the collection. Rated E10, I think, 10 plus. So it's cutesy, but it does have some kind of more gritty elements to it. So pretty cool. The dialogue is probably a little deep. And so I'm kind of eager to look into this one and see what it's about. So Greek, Memories of Azure. This is one that I did get on the Nintendo Switch. So that is a Switch pickup. So 3 cool sealed games that just came in. I have another sealed game, but this is not for the Switch. This is actually for the Nintendo DS. And I went ahead and got a copy of Radiant Historia. So there are not a lot of games on the DS that I enjoy, but whenever I can find a good RPG, I will grab one. And so I saw this one here by Atlas, and I saw a lot of good reviews on it. And so I went ahead and took a stab at it because it was very cheap. I think this was about $35. Brand new, sealed on the DS. I don't know if that's a good deal or not. I'm kind of new to the DS, so let me know in the comments. But I went ahead and picked that up. Radiant Historia. Pretty cool game. And then last but not least, I got to pick up here, used some of my trade credit and used some of the funds that I made from selling some games online to kind of supplement this purchase. But, I don't want to buy any filler. And in an attempt to stay true to that, I picked up Castlevania Order of Ecclesia on the Nintendo DS. And I think this was the last Castlevania game I needed to get for the DS. I think I have Portrait of Ruin. I forgot the name of the other one. But I did get this one as well. These Castlevania games, the graphics on them are crazy. That's what draws me to them on the DS. They've got some amazing graphics, some amazing moves. And outside of like Symphony of the Night, these are some really great Castlevania games. I did get all of the ones on the Game Boy Advanced. But even still, these Castlevania games on the DS are great. And I want to say they almost make getting a DS worth it. So, and that's kind of how I'm looking at the DS right now. There's about 15 or 20 games that make it worth it to get a Nintendo DS. And when I finish getting all of the ones that I want, I'll probably do a DS collection video just showing the games that made the DS worth it to me. And none of them include Mario or Luigi or Yoshi. So it's crazy. I'm sure that there's some great Mario games on the DS. I need to get into them, but I'm never really one to jump straight to the Mario games. But that does it for this edition of this week's Pickups video. It's getting drier and drier. I've been saying that in a number of videos. But it's just interesting. Let me know what you think down in the comments, though. Do you still think it's worth it to bring your games to a retro game store to get trade-in credit? Or do you think you're better off just selling it online and get top dollar? Let me know down in the comments. I know there's conflicting views on this, but I really would love to hear from the gaming community to see what your thoughts are. Well, I am the Y2K Collector. Thanks for stopping by. Take it easy.